As Christopher Columbus drew closer to the New World in October of 1492, he documented an enigmatic sighting, a bright light glinting through the sky and rising from the water. This odd occurrence has generated centuries of curiosity, especially when combined with the indigenous people's perception that the Europeans were celestial beings. Was it an early UFO contact, a natural occurrence, or something else? The reality is still a fascinating enigma. Narrator. When Columbus and his crew first arrived in what the Europeans called the New World, the native population had never seen anyone like them. They carried strong weaponry, landed in huge ships, had pale skin, and wore unusual clothing composed of bright, shining materials. The visitors were seen by the natives as genuine aliens from a strange, distant realm. They were creatures that could have been sent straight from the sky. Chris Pittman. According to Columbus's journal, the locals excitedly emerged to view their ships and inquired as to whether they had descended from the sky. Columbus and his men yelled, "Come out and see the people who have come from the heavens," to the remaining people on the shore, even though they were indicating, "No, we didn't come from the heavens." Indeed, it's intriguing to consider why they would have originated in the sky rather than in some other area of the sea. Narrator. There's more to the story, though. The fact that Columbus himself had an extraterrestrial experience, which was documented in his diary a few days before arriving at the New World shores, is less generally known. The apprehensive adventurer was on the deck of the Santa Maria at around 10 p.m. on October 11th, 1492, when he noticed a light glimmering at a great distance. The admiral, standing on the quarterdeck, saw a light, Columbus wrote. He called Pedro Gutierrez, said he saw a light, and asked him to look in that direction, which he did. Once or twice more the admiral saw it, and it seemed like the wax candle's light rising and falling. The two called for another crewman and watched as the light continually disappeared and reappeared. Barnes. It's not unusual to see lights in the water. As everyone knows, several types of undersea life emit light. In reality, though, this light moved with the ship. A bright object emerged from the ocean and headed into the atmosphere, as Columbus recorded in the log. Story, tell me, what did Columbus observe? A glowing marine life form? Is it a hallucination? Or was it something else entirely? Is it something extraordinary? What did the men of Columbus see? They observed a bright object that turned into a UFO as it broke the water surface. Narrator. Columbus's sighting is important to UFO researchers like Bill Burns, not just because of the time it happened, but also because it was seen emerging from the water, shutting out the notion that it was a shooting star or a comet. Littleton. The fact that this occurred in what is now known as the Bermuda Triangle is fascinating. I'm far out on a limb here, but the Bermuda Triangle, that region, especially off of Bimini in the Bahamas, might be colony headquarters underneath there. After descending into the water, your UFO enters an underground. What better place to watch Egypt, the Middle East, and South America than the Caribbean? Pittman. A lot of people think that UFOs might have set up bases on the ocean floor. It is somewhat accurate to say that we have a better understanding of the moon or certain regions of space than we have of the deepest regions of our oceans, since it is the earliest documented instance of a UFO appearing as an object rising out of the sea. This event is very significant.